In this video, I want to talk about the 3 essential YouTube videos you should watch in autumn 2024 if you're thinking about either retirement or what happens next in your life. Welcome to the What Happens Next channel. So, autumn's here. You can tell by the slight sharpness in the air. And where I live, the constant rain falling from the skies, which when I'm out on my bike, is a little weird to get used to. However, despite the freshness of the air and the coolness of the environment we live in, we've not stopped thinking on what happens next, about how we can add more value in terms of your journey to whatever happens next in your life, be that retirement or whatever your next chapter brings. What we do at What Happens Next is have conversations about the things you should consider if you're in your 50s and 60s when you're thinking about what happens next in your life. And what we try and do is view what happens next from a perspective of well-being. So thinking about the challenges that change in our lives in our 50s and 60s means that we face, but look at it not only from a financial perspective, but also from a perspective of the other areas of life we might want to consider too, including where do we get purpose and values from if we leave a full-time job or sell a business. What happens with our intellectual well-being in that stage of our lives and the things we might want to do to continue to maintain that? How do we maintain our physical well-being? And if we've spent a long time at work and built relationships and friendships at work, what we need to do with our social well-being to continue to make sure we maintain that too. So we talk about a lot on what happens next, but you might be asking yourself, particularly if this is your first time on what happens next, why should I be talking about this sort of stuff? Now, my name's Chris. I'm a childhood financial planner and I'm a owner of my own childhood financial planning business here in the UK. And I spend my days helping people work out how much is enough financially, telling them that they've got enough so they can look at what happens next in their life. Or if they haven't got enough, building a robust plan to get them there so they can live the lives they want with the money they've got. But what I realised early in 2023 is despite the money conversation being really important, we could probably benefit from having more nuanced conversations about what happens next in our lives, thinking about our overall well-being in that next chapter. Now, I appreciate the fact that I won't be an expert in all areas. I'm learning a lot. And one of the things that I'm learning a lot from is by inviting people onto what happens next to share their experiences, share their insights, so I can share them with you. So today I'm going to be recommending 3 videos, an interview that I've done on what happens next, a TED Talk I'd recommend that everybody who's planning for retirement or what happens next should watch, and an insight that I shared on the channel too, so that you can better plan, prepare, and ease into that next stage of your life with success. And the first interview I want to talk about is an interview we did with a guy called Damian. Now, Damian is in the first stages of that period of life you call retirement. He's learning a lot from the experience and he shared those insights with me. And it's interesting because Damian recommended 3 specific things. First, he recommends starting planning early. So what Damian did is use this concept of a 60 payday countdown. He worked out when, 5 years before, he only had 60 paydays remaining for his full-time job and really took his time to work out what retirement meant to him and how to make sure that he was as ready as he could be when he was moving into that stage. Secondly, Damian talks about the fact that he considers retirement as being in 3 stages. Firstly, the go-go stage, the period of time where you've got financial independence to a certain extent and the energy to go and do loads of stuff. Then the slow go stage, that period of time where you've done a lot of the stuff you wanted to do, and actually you were slowing down a bit, but you still want to do stuff a little bit. And then the no go stage, far later in our lives when we're thinking about care. And one of the things that we might want to consider is how we build our financial plan to accommodate that fact. Really insightful. Now, what I'm going to do below is put a link to Damian's interview in the comments so that you can visit that. I definitely recommend you do that. Second video I want to recommend is one of my favourite TED Talks of all time. It's by a guy called Burnett, and it's a video that talks about how to design your ideal life. Burnett's an academic, but also an expert in design thinking, how to think about our lives as the way we design a car or a building or something really practical, and actually builds insights from both his book and his TED Talk I've learned a lot from. One particular question that I love from Burnett, and one I repeat on this channel all the time, is if you knew nobody would laugh and you had all the money in the world, what sort of life would you live? And I'd love in the comments below to get the answer to that question. Whilst we're here on this part of the video, what I'd also like you to do is, if you're enjoying this video, like the video, and if you're not subscribed already, please subscribe to the channel. What it helps us do is help more people like you think about what happens next in their lives so they can plan better. And if we're in a position where Damian's right and we could really benefit from planning earlier, the more people who watch this video, the better, because they can then find the time to plan for the life they want to live. And that's the aspiration and goal for this channel. It's to help people plan better so that they can live the lives they want. Now, the last video I want to talk about is one that we produced, and it's very in line to what Damian talks about when he talks about those 3 stages in life during his interview. Because what we talk about in this video is the importance of thinking about our financial plan, not only from the perspective of making sure we don't run out of money for the remainder of our lives, but also considering how to make sure that whilst we're healthy, we're making use of the money as a tool to live with the life we want. Click on that video now for extra insight. And we'll see you next time on What Happens Next.